Well, first up this evening, is it time for Kannada actor Darshan Vasudha to be back in jail? That's the big question that the apex court will have to answer in the order that's been reserved today. A year after that horrific abduction, torture and murder of 33-year-old Renuka Swami in June 2024, Darshan is roaming freely and is filming abroad. The reason? A High Court bail order that's come under sharp attack from the apex court.
Yes, Veera, this is a high-profile case in which actor Darshan, along with his friend and partner Pavitra Gowda and 7 others, are accused of abducting, torturing and murdering a 33-year-old man, Renuka Swami, for social media posts against Pavitra Gowda, who is the prime accused in this case. All of them were granted bail by the High Court and the prosecution challenged it in the Supreme Court. Justice Pardiwala, who was hearing this, even orally asked, that is the understanding of the learned judge? That's the question that he posed. And that too from the High Court. We can understand a session judge committing such mistakes, a High Court judge committing such a mistake. That's the question he asked.
That's right, Vasudha. That's in reference to the High Court order saying grounds of arrest was not mentioned in a Section 302 murder case. The apex court, and I quote this, it is a question of perverse prima facie exercise of discretion. We are trying to examine, while exercising discretion, has the High Court applied its mind judicially? That's a matter of concern. Those were the observations from the judge today. And NDTV's Nupur Dogra, who's been following that case closely, joins us live. Nupur, the observations are sharp, but the real focus is on the order and if his bail will be cancelled in it.
Well, yes, Veera, this is in fact a very big development, and the Supreme Court today, for the second time, has used very sharp words, you employed very sharp words for the High Court order, which had granted bail to the 7 accused, which included actor Darshan. Now, Supreme Court today, in fact, posed some serious questions, very critical questions to the lawyers appearing for actor Darshan, and in fact, actress Pavitra Gowda, who is also one of the accused in this case. Now, the Supreme Court said that, first of all, how could the Karnataka High Court judge, it is unacceptable that he used murder, in a murder case, he said, he gave this reasoning that grounds of arrest were not furnished and therefore he granted that bail. So these reasons, he said, coming from a trial court or a session court judge, is still, one can say that the judge mistook. But how could a Karnataka High Court, a High Court level judge pass such kind of a judgment? He asked whether a common man or any other case would get such kind of a special treatment. He has Justice J.B. Pardiwala, for the second time, has raised serious concerns about the way Karnataka High Court has dealt with the case, and it warned that we will not, when we pass our orders, for now the court has reserved its order, it said that whenever we pass our orders, we will not commit the same mistake as the High Court has done.
Right. Important point there, but one needs to wait for the order. Thanks very much, Nupur Dogra there. What next for Darshan? Remember, he was first out on medical bail, Vasudha, and that was given despite several images of his misadventures inside jail were reported. The medical bail became regular bail, and now he's even out of the country. Joining Vasudha and me this evening, Brinda Adige, Sanjay Sahai and Kapil Sankla, advocate at the apex court. Kapil, my first question to you. One is the question of bail itself in this case. Medical bail, was treatment done? Those are serious questions. The other is the reasoning and the High Court order itself.
Well, they say that law is equal for all. For some, it is more equal than others. In this case, people who have money, builders and actors, actresses, of course, get some undue benefit, unfortunately, for no other reason because of the kind of representations that they do have. Bail is granted on very limited grounds. Usually it is not, some 10-20 years back, whether the offence was heinous or not was also a consideration. Then the Honourable Supreme Court stated, let us actually look at the fact whether the person can tamper with evidence, whether the person can abscond, does he have deep roots in the society, and of course the nature of the offence would also have some bearing. So as far as bail is concerned, there are limited grounds that are seen. At argument stage, we usually say that this is the triple test that is seen. In the triple test, if a High Court judge or a district court judge, session judge grants bail, that's fine. But where the court gets into the very legality of the issue or the factual matrix of the issue and gives it mind as to whether the case
Right.
would stand in the finality or not is where the trouble arises, which
Right.
has arisen in this case.
Brinda Adige, my question
Vasudha,
to
the
you is largely at a social level. Veera, Brinda Adige, 75% of the prison population in India is of under trials. People who clearly cannot afford to really go for bail because bail is also expensive and the kind of legal process that it demands is also something that's not of access to a lot of people. How do celebrities, how do high-profile people get away with so much that the majority of this country has no clue about?
I'd have loved you to ask this question to the judges, but then you can't get them on this panel. The first question is, why is it that a law is treated like this for some people and for other people more equal? Now, as a celebrity, he has a huge fan following. So the court and the judge must look at this and say, there is that fear of law that must be enhanced because the perpetrator is somebody who has a huge fan following, and giving this bail, while bail is a right of every citizen in our country, handing over this bail on such a flimsy ground is only enhancing and advancing impunity. And we have seen time and again, not only in Karnataka, but in different courts across India, that celebrities get bail very easily. In fact, there are celebrities who've got bail within 24 hours, and some of them not even appearing before the court. Now, why is it that they get it? There is a lot of political pressure, and of course, there is this pressure of votes and this whole political arena where the judges say we are neutral and we don't listen to anybody, which I don't think is true. So because of that, they think we must give this bail. Or there will be law and order issue. How can there be law and order issue if the law is being taken care of to the T? Because that is a procedure. We will not give you bail because you are going to threaten the people out there, and you are a high-profile personality. You have power, you have influence, and you have the ear of the powerful also. So in these situations, when celebrities get bail, our faith in the system declines. Our faith in actually bringing perpetrators to justice goes to zero.
Not just isolating celebrities alone. This is anyone high profile, anyone with influence, anyone with money, power, Sanjay Sahai. Just going through the series of events in this case, and I'll go back to Kapil after this. Sanjay Sahai, he was given medical bail. Now it's not clear what kind of a surgery was done for him during that medical bail period. And then that medical bail becomes a regular bail. Now he is filming outside of the country in Thailand. A person who said he has a back problem and had medical bail. And then there were videos and photos of what he was doing inside jail that was coming out. I mean, in a large sense, once the focus goes off these cases, often the process of justice also tends to go slow and often allows these people to be out.
Can people who cannot handle discretion should be given discretion or not? And we have reached a stage where judges have to be judged. There is absolutely no other way out. We heard of a case 2 days back, this Bombay blast train bombing case, where also same thing has happened with the High Court. So they say that whatever has been done is not correct. Now coming to the facts of this case. The facts of the case are very, very fascinating. First, 4 fake accused are produced. It starts with that. Then we have the jail episode. Then he gets bail for spinal surgery. I think court has enough powers to dictate the surgery as to where surgery can happen, and all the reports which have been provided to the court. If court does not have the capability to verify that, they can certainly pull in medical experts who will verify this, which is extremely necessary in a case of this nature, where the credibility of judiciary, leave aside what happens to Darshan or not is a different story. The credibility of judiciary is at stake. Now, finally, you give him bail. The interim bail, which was primarily for spinal surgery, the surgery has not happened to this date. So that was 30th of October 2024. Today is 24th of July 2025. So it stands there. Okay. And there is a huge amount of interactions which has happened between the court and lawyers of Darshan.
Right. So basically,
Having
he
not
sought
complied
bail on
to-
medical grounds. He wanted to have a surgery, and I was reading up on this. The feet used to go numb. That's what his affidavit said. But clearly, he is in Thailand, and he has been shooting. Kapil Sankla,
No.
as a
See,
political journalist in Delhi, every other month we talk. We talk about Gurmeet Ram Rahim getting parole, or and this is always linked to some election here and there. And Brinda was also talking about how it's not only about celebrities; it's also about politically influential people. I think it's all about resources. With the new BNS, do you think that there is scope that this can be rectified?
Let's not rely on BNS for a second. Let us actually talk about medical bail for 1 second. The Honorable Supreme Court, in various judgments and a landmark judgment, stated that if somebody seeks medical bail, the superintendent and the medical board will authenticate that the surgery or the medical requirements cannot be fulfilled either in the jail, or if not the jail, then any of the government hospitals. And only then will a person be entitled to private hospital. And this was done to create a level playing field so that the poor do not suffer. Some poor fellow will, suffer saying that, I need to go to AIMS, and AIMS will say, we do not have the bandwidth, please come after 2 years. A rich man should also suffer the same fate if it is not an emergency situation. So therefore, if bail has been granted on medical grounds and that medical requirement is not fulfilled, then the question should be perhaps that did the superintendent authenticate that the medical facilities of the jail are inadequate, and if there is no other hospital, a government hospital, that can provide the same kind of medical services, failing which and only failing which a limited period bail is granted. And in this case, if the gentleman is using that bail period to actually go and work and travel abroad, then that lays down a very dangerous precedent for the haves and the have-nots.
Just to clarify there, Kapil, it's not clear whether he used that period to travel abroad. The question has been on after that medical bail, what kind of treatment was given, and from a spinal surgery, can someone recover so quickly that once they get regular bail, they can go abroad? Whether it's a mockery of the system, Sanjay Sahai, that's really the question.
It is a mockery of the system, and having failed to fulfill the conditions of the interim bail, he was granted regular bail. So that is the story. And the High Court of Karnataka gave powers wherein the court where the charge sheet has been filed could take or give orders on the conditions of the bail.
Right.
So the High Court has not given me permission to travel to Dubai and Europe and to Thailand. That was given by the Bangalore City Civil and Sessions Court.
Right.
So that is where we stand. So he has flouted literally every instruction of the court until today. And having flouted that, still we are allowing him to go. Not once, but twice for 20 days, 25 days. And what is the logic? Necessity of shooting crucial scenes overseas. I can't understand the legality of it, that there is a necessity of shooting this sort of scenes outside, crucial scenes of a movie called Devil. It's very difficult to make as to who the devil is. And one thing I will add, now judges keep making mistakes.
Extremely complex
Correct.
case there, Vasudha.
Right.
Correct. Judges keep making mistakes and Supreme Courts keep passing remarks.
Absolutely.
But what will be done to these judges?
Yes, and then like Mr. Sankla said, this is a fight between...
I will add one word. It is discretion gone haywire.
Right. So this is a fight between the haves and the have-nots, Veera. And the sad part is I do feel that with these cult figures, with these personalities who are celebrities, socially there's often no impact on their fan base because they feel it's all part of that popularity.
That's right. The process is not even the process is a punishment for them like it is for the common man when they have to fight justice. But thanks to all our guests there for joining us.